Hello, it's Giovanna Sessinot here from the Morphbag. Welcome again for another episode of our Wellness Wednesdays. This is a midweek pick-me-up. We will introduce classes of yoga, meditation, so forth, interviews, and it's all about well-being, whether it's mental, physical, spiritual. This week, we are having an interview, and I'm very excited that I will be introducing to you Areta. The Wednesday interviews are mainly to highlight inspirational women. And I think she asked to join. Let me get her on. Put on my glasses, otherwise I can't see. Here we go. Areta. Shortly. So I hope you guys had a good week. Today we'll be relaxing in a nice conversation with a member of our community. Let's see if she is almost there. Okay, Areta, I'll try again. Okay. So you see my fingers tapping on the screen. Okay. Anyway, not here yet. So sorry a bit about the background noise. I'm in a public place today. So you may hear in the background some voices and elevators, door opening and closing. Hope you don't mind. Hold on. So, hello everybody. Okay. Areta, can you see the invite? Would you kindly accept it, please? Here she is.
Hi.
Hi. I can hear you well.
Oh, perfect. How are you?
Oh, perfect. Very well indeed. And you?
I'm well, thank you.
Look,
I apologize if you can hear my children in the background.
that's okay. In my case, you can hear doors open, doors close from an elevator just behind me. So, that's Instagram Live for you. That's okay. So welcome to our Wellness Wednesdays, and thank you so much for taking the time in your super busy schedule to join me here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're a very inspirational woman. You do a lot. You're not only a full-time, like a mom, but you also are a teacher. Yeah, a secondary school teacher, and also you run some charities. So will you introduce yourself, please?
Hi. So I don't actually run the charities. I just volunteer there. But my name is Areta Hryschuk, and I am a Canadian who has been living in the UK for the past 11 years now. And I am a teacher, and I am also a mother of 2 children, and I spend my time working with various organizations that benefit women and children, quite specifically in the areas of education.
Wow, that's wonderful. So tell me, what was the morph moment in your life that actually instigated this wish, this desire to actually work with charities and volunteering?
So when I started off my career as a teacher, I worked at a school that had of various needs for its children, and there was a lot of inequality. And I thought to myself, well, if this is happening in Canada, which is a very well supported community, that surely this is not the case in other places. Now, I grew up working with different volunteering alongside my parents. But I think when you're a child, you're not quite sure what you're doing, but you're following the lead of your parents, and you're not quite understand the complicated dynamics of organizations. But during my maternity leave, after I caught my breath, after having the 2 children, I started looking for opportunities that would bring me a lot of satisfaction action, but would do good for the greater community and make education accessible to all children.
Wow, that's nice. And but you also get involved with art, right? So you use art to as a tool to heal children with problems.
So I don't personally provide art therapy, but I am a trustee for a foundation that makes that possible for a lot of children across the UK. So ArtSocial Foundation works with children that have suffered psychological trauma, physical trauma, have life-limiting illnesses, or have special needs. And we are a connector of providing grants for charities that will then seek out and provide art therapy and artistic experiences for these children to help them heal, help them find a voice, help them find their confidence, and help them communicate with the world around them.
And do they use art to communicate their feelings?
They do.
Is that how it works?
Yes, and so it is provided through organizations that either focus on music or they focus on visual arts. But it is, it's all very well organized and curated. It's not fluffy. It's quite serious work, and we've seen some really wonderful results through this program.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And is ArtSocial based solely in the UK, or is it international?
So it is based in the UK, and we work throughout the UK, but we also work across Russia. That is where our founder is from. And a few of our trustees are also from there. So we work in both countries.
That sounds interesting. And how long has ArtSocial existed?
They've been around for 5 years. And
oh, for 5 years.
Yeah, for 5 years. For 5 years. And you know, even during the pandemic, it's amazing that they still have been able to carry on with their work, even when you're limited with the restrictions.
And it's focused on children, right? On using art for children.
Yes, so it's working with children and youth and providing them art therapy and art experiences or musical experiences, drama experiences to help heal them or help them find the support they need.
And how do they, I mean, how is ArtSocial being promoted so that people actually know about this wonderful facility? Are there any connections with local schools, or is it?
So this is what we're trying to do right now. This is one of our
Okay.
Yeah, it's not great, is it? So right now we're actually trying to create those ties with local primary schools because those are primarily the types of children that I work with, and who better to advocate for you than other children. So that's what we're trying to do right now is one step of our process of expanding here is making these associations with our schools here.
That's wonderful. And you are you teach in a secondary school or primary school art?
So in a prep school. So
in a prep school.
Yeah, before I had my art, and in September I'm going back to teaching again, and I am working in a boys prep school that goes up to a year 8.
Oh wow, nice. Is it public or private school?
So it's an independent school.
It's an independent school, nice.
Yes, yes.
And you also are associated with Malaika?
Yes. So Malaika
Will you tell us a bit about that?
Organization. Yes, Malaika is an incredible association. My journey with them was a little bit different. I first came across them last summer, and they had this program where you can sponsor a pupil. And so the organization, Malaika, is registered in the US, and it operates in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And it's this wonderful ecosystem where we send 370 girls to school. We work within the community, providing vocational training for these girls' mothers, for their families. We have lots of sporting opportunities, agricultural programs so that they learn how to work the land. They have the produce from the land that they can sell. And also that food from the agricultural program is used to feed the girls their nutritious meals at school, which we provide for them. And we also build wells in the community. So it's an entire ecosystem. And my journey started off with sponsoring a pupil there. And then I loved it so much that my brother and I sponsored a pupil for my mother, who's also a teacher. And then I just decided that I really want to get involved with them because I love what they do. And I just haven't looked back since.
Oh, wow. You've got quite a story going on with a lot of volunteering. And how do you find the time? What is the trick? Because you're doing so much and you've got two little kids. They're 2 and 3, you said?
They're 2 and 3, yeah. So it's a lot. I work for one more organization that I'm going to tell you about because it's quite different from these other two. But to be very honest with you, I didn't take on these volunteering roles until both of my children were in nursery because I just couldn't find the time. And I thought that as an opportunity to do something that was going to bring me a lot of pleasure and satisfaction, also be really productive in helping somebody else in quite a meaningful way. So the other organization I work with is called the Happy Baby Community. And
what a nice name.
It is, but it's not what you think. So it's nice. Actually for women who have been trafficked or have experienced extreme danger and have sought asylum and protection in the UK. So we help them rebuild their lives. I personally teach them English every week, and we help them rebuild their careers because a lot of these women had careers that they were very happy with, and had very fulfilling lives. And unfortunately, they found their countries at war, or they found themselves in a very unfortunate circumstance, like being trafficked, and it completely uprooted their lives. So we try really hard to help them find their feet again and help their children find their feet again in the UK here.
And how did you get to this Happy Baby? Is it foundation, charity? What is it called? Happy Baby?
The Happy Baby Community. So yeah, it's
the Happy Baby Community. Yes. How did you stumble? It's a charity. How did you stumble across this?
So it was actually the first charity that I came across to volunteer with. And I was just Googling something that as a mother, I other mothers. And late one night, it came up in my Google search and I started reading through their website, through the stories of these women. Next morning, I just called them and asked, how can I get involved with them? Because these women's stories, honestly, they're probably the most resilient people I have ever met in my life.
Yes, my goodness. It's these are topics that we are so sheltered from really in our everyday life, and yes, it's we should all be doing more of this giving back, as you are a fantastic example of doing. It's much easier to have charities of choice that one sponsors or donates to, like most people have, but actually mucking in and physically helping and volunteering, that's a completely different ballgame. And all respect for you to actually actively seek for it, despite of having a full life as it is.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you. But you know what? There's a lot of people donate, and that is incredible because we do seek that support, and that is tremendously meaningful support. And without people's donations, any types of programs really cannot function. So I'm giving my time, other people are giving their money or giving product or whatever. So we all work as a team.
Yes, and that's also the nice thing, right? To be part of a different community. Like, you're part of your school community, but you're also part of this bigger picture of a charitable community that is working together to improve situations or people's lives, and that is very, very empowering and very, very special.
Thank you.
So tell me, what else are you involved in? Because I was following you on Instagram, and I saw you also were involved recently in an exhibition, a Sotheby's exhibition. So you seem to follow art also at a different level.
So I live and breathe art. It is honestly one of my greatest passions to bring this love for art and creativity expression to children. And we're so spoiled in London with exhibitions, artistic experience, creative experiences, and ArtSocial as part of their patrons club. So we have a group of people that annually contribute to support our programs. And as a token of thanks, these sorts of events are put on for them every month. So it's not necessarily Sotheby's. The other week, we went on a tour of World War II London, which was absolutely fascinating. And that was appreciating the architecture, the history of the embankment area, which is absolutely fascinating. And so we seek out these types of opportunities that we know are really going to appeal to our patrons, and excite them, and have them come out during the day or in the evening to appreciate these types of programs. So we try to keep everything a little bit different and fresh each time, so that their curiosity is still heightened.
Yes. So one thing that intrigues me, so you love art, I love art personally. Do you have a favorite gallery in London, and why is that your favorite?
A favorite
if
gallery.
That's even possible.
If it's even possible. Do you know what? I have galleries that I kind of associate with different moods. So I always find going to the National Gallery, I can sit in the Impressionist wing for hours. I find it just so tranquil and so calming being in there. To Tate Modern, because they've always got great exhibitions coming through, and they have a lot of installations that come in. So I would say that those are probably my two favorite ones. I also love the National Portrait Gallery.
Which one?
The National Portrait Gallery, which is right next door to the National
Portrait Gallery. Yeah, just around the corner. Yes. Yeah, I love the architecture of Victoria and Albert Museum.
Absolutely.
But I do agree with you. The National Gallery is amazing. Mm. But what about the Tate, the original Tate? That's beautiful.
I love it as
too.
well.
I love all the Turners.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what?
But it's true. It is a mood thing.
I used to do a tour for my year 5 pupils to Tate Britain, and it was specifically on Turner, because they were studying that in their history classes. Then we would look at him in art, and so it's this really immersive and deep experience to go and see his work. They're so lucky at their fingertips to live in a city that has all of this.
Yes. Have you been actually back visiting one of the big museums in London after the pandemic? Because I was trying to get into the Hockney exhibition, and I can't get in. It's booked. I've bought myself a membership card so that I can go and see it.
Yes, so I've been to the Royal Academy, which Hockney's on at right now. But you're right, you have to just book so far in advance to have that. So I'm also hoping to go to that. But yeah, that's the only one I've been to actually since the reopening.
And I think you should, I'll let you go soon. But I wanted to say you should take your children to see the Alice in Wonderland exhibition in Victoria and Albert Museum.
Yes, do you know what? I have heard such great things of it. I think it's just opened here.
Yes, it's opened recently. Which I let you go. That's okay.
Sorry.
Thank you so much for coming on. Oh, they're so cute. Hi, what's your name?
This is Ari. She's being a little bit shy here. And then I've got my other friend Rafi here who's crying.
Oh, okay. So, wonderful lady, I let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for taking the time.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
It's been such a pleasure with you.
Bye, lovely. It was lovely to see you.
Okay.
Thank you. Take
Bye.
care.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.